Battle of the Brains, presented by Invest 529, Central Virginia's high school academic quiz show. Today's match features Maggie Walker Governor's School versus James River High School. Let's play.
Hello and welcome to Battle of the Brains. With a nearly 50-year history, we are Virginia's only televised high school academic quiz show. I'm Cheryl Miller. Our competition welcomes teams from schools all across the Commonwealth of Virginia who compete each season for a share of $20,000 in scholarship money, courtesy of Invest 529 and the E.W. Scripps Foundation. The academic athletes joining us today are the Green Dragons of Maggie Walker Governor's School, coached by Adam Rachi and Kim Forker. Maggie Walker Governor's School is located in Richmond. It's a school for government and international studies. It's a public regional magnet high school. With a college preparatory curriculum and community service requirements, Maggie Walker has been recognized as one of the most elite public schools in America. Also with us today, the Rapids of James River High School, coached by Ross Haynes and Jim Young. James River High School is in Midlothian in Chesterfield County, just south of the city of Richmond. The school has been recognized by the U.S. Department of Education as a school of excellence. It's great to have all these students with us today to play Battle of the Brains. Our match will consist of 3 toss-up rounds and a category round. Players wishing to answer will buzz in and wait for me to call on them. Any interruption of questions with an incorrect answer will result in a point deduction. There is no deduction for an incorrect answer to a completed question. All right, students, once again, welcome. Let's start the first toss-up round. According to a May 2025 study by the Observatory of Economic Complexity, the greatest number of goods exported from Virginia go to Canada and Mexico. By a large margin, Virginia imports most of its goods from which country? Leah?
China.
Correct. The attack on San Juan Hill by Teddy Roosevelt and his Rough Riders was part of the successful American strategy to win control of what Cuban port city? Joshua?
Havana.
That is incorrect. Maggie Walker? David?
San Jacinto.
It's the city of Santiago de Cuba. It is 217 miles wide at the latitude of Antofagasta, but less than 10 miles wide near Puerto Natales. Its southern tip is Cape Horn. Name this long, narrow country which borders Peru. Leah?
Chile.
Correct. Which part of a cell cycle includes the separations of sister chromatids? David?
Anaphase.
That is correct. This group was founded by Bobby Seale and Huey Newton. Name the civil rights group that advocated armed self-defense and adopted and Rohan?
Black Panthers.
That is correct, the Black Panther Party. From the 1940s until the early 1990s, there was a DuPont product in cars called R12. By what better-known brand name is this refrigerant called? David?
Antifreeze.
That is incorrect. James River? Joshua?
Florian.
It's actually Freon. The opera Tosca is a psychological drama of doubt and deceit. It was composed by what Italian proponent? Serene?
Puccini.
Giacomo Puccini is correct. In addition to Finnegan's Wake, this man wrote Bladen.
Joyce.
James Joyce is correct. A vignette is defined as a brief evocative description, account, or episode. Spell vignette. Serene.
V-I-G-N-E-T-T-E.
That is correct. In the latest movie, who is Superman's current girlfriend? Leah.
Lois Lane.
Correct. He was born in 1783 in Caracas, Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru. Rohan?
Bolivar.
Correct. Gained their independence with his help, Simón Bolivar. All right, students, take a look at the monitors. Here is a video question from a member of the Battle of the Brains Brainy Bunch, and you must wait until the question is fully completed before ringing in.
Virginian Henry Lee was a cavalry commander and author of a resolution passed by Congress upon the death of George Washington containing the apothegm, "First in war, first in peace, and first in the hearts of his countrymen." What was Henry Lee's nickname?
His nickname was Light Horse. Heat is not transferred between a system and its surroundings in what type of thermodynamic process?
Adiabatic.
That is correct. What poem by John Keats is an ode about an ancient piece of pottery? Layden.
Ode on a Grecian urn.
Correct. You may need your pencil and paper, and 2 answers are required. The base 3 logarithm of 100 lies between what 2 consecutive integers? And that would be between 4 and 5. What is the term for a theory or philosophy of law? David.
Legalism?
That is incorrect. James River. Leah.
Statute.
It's actually called jurisprudence. The United States' worst commercial nuclear disaster took place in 1979 at the 3 Mile Island facility. David.
Pennsylvania?
Correct. We were asking in what state. Actor Roy Scheider, who passed away in 2008, is probably best known for his role as Sheriff Brody in what movie about a rather large great white shark? Serene.
Jaws.
Correct. And that buzzer is the end of our first toss-up round. A good job by our team so far, but a lot more questions yet to come. Up next, we'll introduce you to today's players, and then they'll take on the category round when Battle of the Brains continues.
Miss a week of Battle of the Brains? Want to catch up on the full season of play? Find full episodes on our YouTube channel. Welcome back to Battle of the Brains.
And here are the scores following the first toss-up round here on Battle of the Brains. Our team from the Maggie L. Walker Governor's School with 100 points. Our team from James River High School with 30 points. And we'll get back to our match and many more questions just ahead. But first, let's introduce you to today's players. First, our team from the Maggie Walker Governor's School. Our first player is Serene O, who is a sophomore, is a fan of classical music, literature, and languages, a member of the school's orchestra and Model UN, and says she is obsessed with pasta. Our next player is Bladen Kidd, who is a member of the Chinese Club and the Chess Club, enjoys fishing and gardening. Our next player is the team's captain, David Linz, who is a senior, serves as senior class co-president, has ridden 101 roller coasters, and his favorite food is lasagna and plans to study electrical engineering. And wrapping up our team is Rohan Neelakantan. Rohan enjoys learning chemistry, physics, and world history, plays soccer, and as a musician plays the drums, and is certified actually to referee soccer matches. And that is our team from the Maggie Walker Governor's School. Great to have all of you playing here with us. Now our team from James River High School. First player is Joshua Alvarez, whose hobbies include reading and learning about history, would like to pursue a career in politics and go to law school eventually. Our team captain is Leah Buckley, who is a senior, enjoys math, science, and literature, is president of the Peer Assistance League and a member of the speech team. Our next player is Julia Robertson, who wants to major in history, enjoys writing and playing music, and is a member of the marching band and concert bands at James River. And wrapping up our team is Forrest Johnson, who wants to be a paleontologist, enjoys writing and visual arts, and participates in school theater. And that is our team from James River High School. Great to have you back with us for Battle of the Brains. And now our teams are going to play the category round, where they'll select one 10-question category. If a team gets all of its questions correct in the allotted time, they'll receive a 20-point bonus. Teams, here are today's categories from which you may choose. They are cartoon characters, meteorological terms, and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And we do note that in this round, only the captains can officially answer for the team. They may not defer to another teammate to answer the questions, though they may confer with their teammates to try to come up with the correct answers. By the rules, the high score team gets first choice of category. That is our team from the Maggie Walker Governor's School. So David, quickly talk it over with your teammates and let me know what category you would like to play.
I think it's given the character name, the cartoon. Do we want to do it in that case?
I think cartoon's better.
Yeah. Cartoon? Could we have cartoon characters, please?
Yes, you may. From the clues, identify the following cartoon characters. The other name for Pika Pika.
Pikachu.
Pikachu.
Correct. In the Powerpuff Girls supervillain Chimp.
Mojo Dojo.
It's like Mojo.
Mojo Dojo, right?
Yeah.
Mojo Dojo.
We will accept that, yes. Lucy's brother in the Peanuts comics.
Linus.
Linus Van Pelt, yes. Also known as Agent P on Phineas and Ferb.
Perry the Platypus.
Correct. In his amazing world, what
Gumball.
the what?
Gumball.
Gumball Watterson is correct. SpongeBob's boss.
Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs.
Correct. He is Experiment 626.
Experiment 626. Stitch.
Stitch.
Correct. Disney Junior leader of the Neverland Pirates.
Jake.
Correct. He is always outsmarting Wile E. Coyote.
Roadrunner.
Roadrunner.
And Mordecai and Rigby's boss.
Benson, right?
Yeah.
Benson.
That is correct. And before we give you the points for a sweep, I'm going to go to the judges. He said Mojo Dojo. Is that correct?
I said with the D, so.
You said with a D. Okay, so that is not a sweep of the category, but good job on your cartoons anyway. All right, James River, we are going to go either meteorological terms or Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Leah?
We'll take meteorological terms.
All right, I'll give you the definition. You provide the meteorological term for each of the following. The first is the device for measuring atmospheric pressure.
Barometer.
Correct. Fog with pollutants.
Smog.
Correct. Any form of water that falls from the sky.
Precipitation.
Correct. A transition zone between air masses of different temperatures.
A front.
Correct. Type of cloud associated with thunderstorms.
Cumulonimbus.
Correct. Term for the temperature at which water vapor saturates the air.
Boiling point. Boiling point. Boiling point.
That would be the dew point. Storm that evolves from a tropical storm but much stronger.
Tsunami. Hurricane. Hurricane.
Hurricane or typhoon or cyclone, yes. Percent saturation of the air with water vapor.
Humidity. Humidity.
I need it more specific.
Relative humidity.
Correct. Fast air current that moves weather across the U.S.
Air current.
That would be the jet stream. And finally, a device for measuring wind speed.
Pass.
And that would be an anemometer.
Oh, I knew that.
Good job with the meteorological terms. And up next, another toss-up round when we come back with Battle of the Brains.
Battle of the Brains is always available. Find full episodes on YouTube and follow Battle of the Brains on social media. Welcome back to Battle of the Brains.
Here are the scores following the category round here on Battle of the Brains. Our team from the Maggie L. Walker Governor's School with 145 points, and our team from James River High School with 65 points. And now it's back to Battle of the Brains and another toss-up round. But first, a reminder to our teams, you do lose points if you interrupt a question with an incorrect answer. The other team then has the chance to answer. And of course, there's no conferring in the toss-up rounds. Here we go. What is the most ubiquitous convenience store chain in the United States? Joshua?
Walmart.
That is incorrect. Maggie Walker? David?
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven is correct. Recognized as the largest by the number of locations. Held in place by the Earth's magnetic field, what is the name for the two belts of energetic charged particles that surround our planet? Leah?
Kuiper.
That is incorrect. Maggie Walker? Layden?
Ionosphere.
They are called the Van Allen belts. What is the name of the pioneering magnitude scale that measures the energy released by an earthquake? David?
Richter scale.
Correct. Odyssey Golf is selling a signature hockey stick putter for $499.99. The advertisement says that you can putt like which fictional golfer? Layden?
Happy Gilmore.
Correct. In English grammar, what is the term to indicate a greater separation of thought and information than a comma? Serene?
Semicolon.
Correct. Less separation than the period implies. Kurt Cobain, Chris Cornell, and Eddie Vedder were the lead singers in bands that pioneered what 1990s music genre? Julia?
Grunge.
Correct. You may need your pencil and paper. What is the fraction 2/12, 2/12 squared? David?
1/36.
Correct. What is the term for a computer's main circuit board? David?
The motherboard.
Correct. What would you get if you asked a waiter in a French restaurant for une chasseur avec fromage? Julia?
Bread and cheese.
That is incorrect. Maggie Walker? Rohan?
A cup of dry cheese.
It's actually a shoe with cheese. You don't want to ask for that. With pressure mounting from her parents, Julia finally acquiesced to clean her room. Spell acquiesce. Serene?
ACQUIESCED.
And that is correct. Which French scientist developed the first rabies vaccine? Bladen.
Pasteur.
Louis Pasteur in 1885, yes. William Crookes cathode rays were shown by J.J. Thomson to be which subatomic particles? Serene.
Electron.
Correct. They carry most electrons and have a negative charge. In declaring for secession in January 1861, Jefferson Davis, then soon to be President of the Confederate States of America, resigned his post as Senator of what southern state? David.
South Carolina.
That is incorrect. James River. Leah?
North Carolina.
It's actually Mississippi. He was an Italian physicist and pioneer of radio technology. Name this man who is credited with creating a wireless telegraph system and who won the 1910 Nobel Prize in Physics. Julia?
Alexander Graham Bell.
That is incorrect. Maggie Walker? Serene?
Morse.
It was actually Marconi. Mr. Pibb, Nestea, Minute Maid, and Sprite are all made by what company? David.
The Coca-Cola Company.
That is correct. Among elements with odd atomic numbers, this is the most common in the Earth's crust. The Hall-Héroult process is used to purify which group 13 element whose most common ore is bauxite? Leah.
Nickel.
That is incorrect. Rohan?
Aluminum.
That is correct. In the early 17th century, the Dutch West India Company established the colony of New Netherland with its main settlement, New Amsterdam, located on the southern tip of what island? David.
Manhattan.
Correct. And that buzzer means one more toss-up round just ahead, and we'll double the point value for our teams. Stay tuned to see which team is today's winner here on Battle of the Brains.
Love Battle of the Brains? Ready for your high school team to play next season? Go to battleofthebrains.net to learn more. Welcome back to Battle of the Brains.
Here are the scores as we head now into the final round here on Battle of the Brains. Our team from the Maggie Walker Governor's School with 265 points. Our team from James River High School with 75 points. Now, in this final toss-up round, a point score for correct answer is doubled. So is the penalty, though, for an incorrect answer given before I finish the question. There is no deduction for an incorrect answer to a completed question. Good luck, teams. This is our final toss-up round. What is the name of the volcanic island, now a crater lake between Sumatra and Java, whose destruction in 1883 caused more than 36... Joshua?
Krakatoa.
That is correct, caused more than 36,000 deaths. All right, teams, here's a video question from a member of the Battle of the Brains Brainy Bunch.
Founding fathers Thomas Jefferson and George Mason's writings were heavily influenced by which English philosophers whose treatises of government were written 100 years prior?
Rohan?
John Locke.
Correct. This master of disguise travels as Sigerson during his great hiatus and visits his partner's office as a bookseller in the empty house. Name this enemy of James Moriarty and friend of Dr. Watson. Serene?
Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes is correct. It is nearly surrounded by gulfs connected to the mainland by the Isthmus of Corinth. This is what landmass, which includes Pylos and Sparta, the largest peninsula of Greece? Julia?
Carthage.
That is incorrect. Maggie Walker? Rohan?
Ionia.
It's the Peloponnese. Which NBA franchise is known for its famous home court parquet floor? Julia?
The Lakers.
That is incorrect. Maggie Walker? Bladen?
New Orleans.
It's actually the Boston Celtics. On The Muppet Show, who was Dr. Bunsen Burner's associate? Bladen?
Beaker.
Correct. The definition of butyratious is having a quantity of the qualities of butter. Spell butyratious. Leah?
B-E-A-U-T-E-R-A-C-I-O-U-S.
That is incorrect. Maggie Walker? Serene?
B-E-U-T-E-R-A-C-I-O-U-S.
That is also incorrect. It's B-U-T-Y-R-A-C-E-O-U-S. What lead singer of Culture Club finished second during the last season of the new Celebrity Apprentice before the show's cancellation in 2017? And that would be Boy George. It is a heavily mined armistice line, a 2.5-mile wide demilitarized strip stretching almost 135 miles across. Name this peninsula where almost 2 million troops face each other on red alert. Joshua.
Korea.
Correct. What 1803 purchase gave Lewis and Clark something to do? David.
The Louisiana Purchase?
That is correct. Gave them something to do for 2 years. Kindergarten is a class that prepares children for first grade. Serene?
Kindergarten.
That is correct, and that was the question to spell kindergarten. In the major leagues, the distance between bases is 90 feet. What is the distance on a Little League baseball field? Rohan?
45.
That is incorrect. Jennifer? Leah?
50.
It's actually 60 feet. What do we call a chord that passes through the center of a circle? Leah?
Diameter.
Correct. John Hancock, the celebrated signer of the Declaration of Independence, served multiple terms as governor of what New England state? Leah?
Massachusetts.
Correct. What cabinet level position did Robert F. Kennedy hold in the administration of his brother, John Kennedy? Rohan?
Attorney General.
Correct. Born in Holland, he started a rock band with his brother Alex in the 1970s while forever changing rock guitar playing, writing the hit songs Jump, Panama. David?
Van Halen?
Needs to be more specific.
Eddie Van Halen.
That is correct. What geometric formula is given by the equation y equals 2x squared plus 4x plus 5? Leah?
Quadratic.
That is incorrect. Serene?
Parabola.
That is correct. That buzzer is the end of our game. While our judges double check the final score, here's a reminder of how to stay connected with us here at Battle of the Brains.
Stay up to date on Battle of the Brains. Follow along as your favorite teams advance this season. Visit battleofthebrains.net to learn more and follow along at Battle of the Brains on social media. Join us next week on Battle of the Brains as we welcome students from Douglas Freeman High School playing against students from Mills E. Godwin High School. Don't miss the action.
Now, here's the final score for today's match, determining which team will continue on in this season's competition. Ending the match with a final score of 155 points, our team from James River High School. Great job today by Joshua, Leah, Julia, and Forrest. Great to have you here playing Battle of the Brains, and we wish you the best of luck in the rest of your school year. Our winners today with a final score of 425 points, our team from the Maggie Walker Governor's School. Good job today by Rohan, David, Bladen, and Serene, and we'll see you in round 2 here on Battle of the Brains. I'm Cheryl Miller. Thank you so much for watching and playing along, and we'll see you back here next week. Great match, teams.
Game over. Thank you for watching Battle of the Brains, presented by Invest 529.